Everyone, I'm Subhash and I am presenting Red Ripple where every solution matters and every ripple saves. So basically thalassemia patients mainly deal with two major problems. One is the iron chelation problem where the excessive iron in the thalassemia patient's blood needs to be removed in order to save them from organ failures and other respectable organ diseases. And other is the blood donation problem. These are the two major problems where I'm going to solve, where in this hackathon I'm going to solve. One is the iron chelation problem. I've gone through the Blood Warriors portal and I've made an excessive research on the back. What I found out is that they are creating a blood bridge in which one thalassemia patient is being connected to 10 other donors, in which one donor will be donating his blood in a specified intervals. After one donor completes his trial, the other donor steps in. So what basically comes here is that what I have got a doubt and a problem where in which if one donor misses or gets intoxicated or for any other reason skips or not available at that particular period of time where he's supposed to be giving donating the blood to the patient, then it would be a problem. In the other scenario, the other remaining donors who are available in the group might fill over his place. But uh, but what if in the case of emergencies and outbreaks, in case of pandemics, in case of various diseases? So most of the diseases and pandemics never come uh, announcing. So in this case, so also, what about the patients who are not registered in the website? So what happens here is the patients are unaware of this platform and will search the whole city or the whole village for blood donations. So and also during the state of emergency, the blood warriors might not be able to help the patients. So what I developed is once the patient registers on the platform and and in the case of emergencies, and if the patient is not being attached to 10 other donors, I'm creating a network-based application in which the donors that are in a 5 kilometer radius to the patient will be alerted with an emergency notification into their mobile, just like how we get a notification in case of emergencies like tsunamis and various outrages. Just the same way, the donors who are only the donors who are registered on the platform with the particular mobile number and with the consent will be alerted through the platform. And the other one is the iron chelation problem. Most of the patients skip the iron chelation part due to various conditions such as health conditions, financial conditions, mental condition breakdown. Health conditions include uh, health condition they have to undergo a serious amount of pain, and due to that pain, most of the patients want to skip the iron chelation part, and due to the financial constraints also. So what I have built is so what I, as a technical lead, built is a platform where the users or the doctor in charge build will be able to log all the medication that the user has to take, and the user will be able all the user has to take, and the user gets a smart notification whenever the medication has to take at that particular amount of time. And after that, smart symptom systems where the user or the family members keeps logging on the patient's health symptoms or conditions, so that based on the conditions, the users health records will be monitored accordingly. If there might be various conditions such as fever, such as nausea, such as cold, headache, or any other problems or any other pains. If there is an emergency, the doctor nearby or the person in charge nearby will be alerted, and immediate medical attention will be given to the person. Okay, so now comes the major question: how will the doctors be alerted? Uh, that can be so that can be done. So like on what basis, on what conditions the doctor will be alerted? So I'm using a AI based symptom prediction system where the whenever a user logs the symptoms into the application or into the logging system, the AI will analyze the symptoms, and if the symptoms are severe, and after taking the medication, if the symptoms that shouldn't persist still exist, then nearby patients will be doctors or the caregivers will be alerted. So our solution is our solution. My solution is to contribute to the Blood Warriors blood bank, so as to fill up the gap between the registered patients as well as the immediate registered patients who are in need of the immediate uh, blood transmission and emergencies. So so the how I will be implementing it. So for the framework things, I will be using Twilio for SMS and notification pushings, and for emergency alerts into the um, donors mobiles, and omnidimension for calling and alerting the nearby doctors and NGOs. So through my application, the only major step that the NGO Blood Warriors NGO has to take is to get the donors just registered on the platform, because once the just the donors are registered, no all the whenever a patient is in need of an emergency thing or an emergency blood or an emergency condition, he will receive immediate attention uh, attention through by alerting the donors in his surroundings or in his locality or in his vicinity, so that the donor will accept him and will contact the patient that he is able to donate or is able to attend the patient's medical or health conditions. So in this way the blood donation system will be used, and also the iron chelation system where the a user will be able to where the user will be user in the sense the family members who are taking care of the patient will be able to alert the particular doctors at any given emergency time. This is mostly used in the case of rural areas where most of the people and most of the NGOs are unreachable, so that whenever emergency arrives, they need not have to rush to the hospitals or rush to the nearby cities or the urban areas or the no, urban areas for medication. Only the only the near on if they through our application, all the nearby doctors will be alerted, and through as a society they will be able to help each other out in understanding and overcoming the situations. So this is my problem statement, and this is my presented solutions. So I'm also attaching a video link of a small project which I have done it. That includes it consists of two main features. One is the chatbot that I have created. Through that, the user will be able to ask any medicine related questions or any prescription doubts to the chatbot, and also through a voice assistant. And the second feature is that it also contains a hospital location where the user will be able to locate his nearby hospitals in any case of emergencies. The third one is the medicine logging system, where the user or the man in charge of a particular person or a doctor will be able to log all his medications, so that the user will be able to get a real time look alerts is like I can say alerts to his WhatsApp, which I've created using an automation workflow. Through that, he will be able to receive all the necessary alerts at the respective time. And once the user responds, the medications will be erased from the application. So that is the main MVP. That is a small uh, feature that I have done, and I have posted on YouTube, and I am also linking that link, uh, giving that link in the in the video text box, and so please do check it out. Thank you.